Hello friends, today in this tutorial we will be building this COVID-19 tracker India kind of application. So basically this will specifically talk about India and the COVID-19 cases that are happening inside India, and we will be displaying this data inside a chart like structure. Here you can see that this is a chart here, bar chart. So this contains three options: confirmed cases, recovered cases, and the death cases. Here you can see that all this data is displayed also here on the screen: confirmed, active cases, recovered, and deceased. So we are displaying this data inside our bar chart here using the library which is chart.js in JavaScript. So we will be building this application in JavaScript, and we are using a API for this specifically. We are using the COVID-19 India.org website, and this provides a direct API for this data. So let me just show you. This returns a JSON response, and we are just parsing this JSON response and displaying this information inside our chart here. So you can see that these are specifically telling the cases state-wise. So Maharashtra has the highest number of cases, followed by Gujarat, and then Delhi, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and so on. So we are displaying the state-wise results here of specifically India. So you can just build out for the global cases as well, but I am just targeting India in this video. So let me just show you how to get to this website. So if you just search on Google COVID-19 India, just search on Google like this, COVID-19 India, and the very first link which comes in, this is the website covid19india.org. So basically this is an open source project funded by India for the uh, cases that are happening of coronavirus in India. So these results are updated regularly by Indian government. So you will see there, this is an open source project and the data is available on GitHub. So they just click on this option, open sourced on GitHub. So after clicking this option, you will be getting to this GitHub repository. This is the official GitHub repository of this website. You can see that. Now in order to get to this endpoint, we just need to click on this uh, link here, COVID-19 India. This is a project. If you click this, you will get to know about all the projects here. So you need to click on the first option, which is API. So this is a whole database which contains all the information. So just click this API version, and now you will see there are various kinds of data that is available to you, national level as well, state level as well, district wise also. But we will be targeting this time series statewide stats. So this is our endpoint. If you click this open link in new tab, you will see that this is your endpoint api.covid19india.org slash data.json. So basically this is the endpoint that we would be hitting here. So this is a free API, you need not have to pay anything for using it. So after this, we are only interested in the second array, which is state wise. You can see that this contains three arrays, but we will be interested in the second one, which is state wise. So if you expand this, you will see 38 items inside the array. The first item is not mandatory. This is displaying all the results, but the second object is we will be processing. This is the first state, Maharashtra, and then Gujarat, all that stuff. So for building this, as I already told you, we will be making use of chart.js. So basically, if you search on Google, this is a open source library for making charts in JavaScript, chart.js. So this is open source HTML5 charts library. So we will be using also this. And apart from that, we will also be using Bootstrap and jQuery for styling purposes. So let's get started by building this. Guys, just go to your desktop and create a new folder, and let me just name it as Corona India Tracker. You can just name it anything of your choice. After that, you need to click on this folder and open it inside command line, and I will be opening this inside Visual Studio Code. This is my text editor, so you can use any text editor of your choice. So here we will be first of all make a simple index.html file. So inside this we will write our boilerplate code for the HTML. So let me just close this. So here I will just make a simple template. So first of all I will give it a title of COVID-19 India tracker in JavaScript. So for this, as I already told you, we also need some Bootstrap. So what you can do here is that in order to include Bootstrap, you can just type on Google Bootstrap CDN, and the first link which comes in, you need to grab the CDN of the CSS only. So just copy this, and just after the title, you can just make a link tag, and then this link tag, and in the href paste the CDN. That's it. And inside the body we will have the container flute class here, and after that we also need to have background light. This is all Bootstrap classes. Text center and my dash 3. That's it. So inside this, guys, we will be having our heading. So just have the heading, which is COVID-19 India tracker. That's it. And after that we will be having h5 tag, which will be having a class of text muted, and inside this we will be having a open source project for tracking COVID-19 cases in India. That's it. And now to open this, we will open with Live Server. This is just an extension of Visual Studio Code. So this will open this. You can see that this is the open source project for tracking COVID-19 cases in India. And now we just need to display our I think that we forgot to add some padding, so we need to add some padding as well. So just make sure that you provide p-5. So this is a padding class which is there inside Bootstrap. So now if you refresh, you will see some space added here. You can see that. And now what we want here, we want a container class first of all, and here we will be displaying inside a row. So call 3, first of all we will have the active cases. So let me just see the code here. Yes, inside h5 you can just display it, h5 confirmed, like this. And after that we will have a paragraph, and which will be having the confirmed cases. We will be displaying it dynamically. If you refresh it, you will see the confirmed cases. And now we can attach a simple class of text info. So this will change its color. Now you can see that it is appearing in blue color. And similarly we have our active, recovered and deaths. So I can just copy paste it. Don't waste time in it. So paste. So this is not info, this is warning. So just change this to warning. And now if I refresh it, you will see this is yellow color, this is blue color, this is green color, and this is red color. And now in order to create some space from the top, what we can do here is that we can add these classes here. First of all, in order to align it in the center position, we can add a text center class of Bootstrap. Text center, and then inside this container also, which is my-5. Just add this, and now your template is created. Now we just need to dynamically get the data from the API and display it inside this template. Now guys, we will make a simple GET request to the API and get the results. For making that request, we just want a library jQuery. So you can just type on Google jQuery CDN, and you can go to w3schools.com. You can get this CDN from this website. So this is a full CDN here. So go to your project, and just after the body paste this full link, and now we will be importing our custom JavaScript file, which is script.js. Now just go to your file explorer and make this file, which is script.js. So inside this, first of all, we will write the document.ready function of jQuery. As you know, when all the elements are loaded, we will be executing our JavaScript code. So inside this, we want the URL to which we are making the request to. So I will just copy paste the URL. This is my URL. So if I copy this, and now we will make a simple get request. So we will use the method of jQuery, which is I think you can even get it by .get, or you can just get it by getJSON. The two methods did the same thing, so I will use getJSON here, and here I will pass the URL, and the second argument is a callback function which will return the data for us. And now basically if I just console log it just to check if it is working or not, and now if I go back to the application, this is, I think that this is a previous application, and yes, this is the application. And now if I right click, inspect element, and go to console, and now you will see that if I zoom in, it has returned me an object. It has returned these results to us. So we are only interested in the state-wise results here. So the first result returns all the active cases, confirmed cases, total number of deaths, and total number of recovered as well. So you can see that. Now we just need to print this inside our template: confirmed, active, recovered, and deceased. So what we can do here is that first of all we just need to declare these four variables, which is total, active, total recovered, total deaths, and total cases, like this. Let me just see if it is, yes, total confirmed, I think, yes. Let me just change this to total confirmed. Like this. And now total active will be equal to the data. Let me just turn off the autosave and first of all show you. Let me just copy all this. So what we are talking about is that this data has returned me three arrays. So if you just see here, these three arrays, we are only interested in the second array. So we will just get the data by data.statewise, and this has the first object. So we will be accessing the first result here and passing 0 here. So what we can do here is that now I can just paste my results. So total active will be equal to data.statewise. Let me just check the spelling, which is statewise here, statewise, and this contains the first element 0 dot, and here there is a property which is as you see on the screen, active. So this is a property, active, and similarly we can just get our total confirmed as well, which is data.statewise 0 dot, and inside this we have this confirmed. Sorry, this is not total, this is just the active here, so just delete this. And similarly we can just get the total recovered as well. So total recovered data.statewise 0 dot recovered. And last one we have the total deaths. So total deaths will be equal to data.statewise 0, and the variable with is deaths here. You can see that dot deaths, and now we just need to get the references of all these four elements which are there on such screen here. You can see that we have provided the IDs as well. You can see that active, recovered, deaths, and confirmed. Now we just need to get the references to it. So what we can do here is that we can target this. We can get it by the ID $active, and we can use the append method of jQuery, and we can just pass it the total active, and similarly we can target the confirmed as well, confirmed dot append, and then we can just pass total confirmed, and similarly we can just target that recovered as well. So recovered total recovered, and last one we have the deaths. Last one we will be having the deaths here, and we can just have append this total deaths like this. And now if I turn on the autosave, and now you will see that this will display all the results here on the screen here. So if I zoom in, you will see that. So now we just need to build out our chart here. So first of all, in order to build out the chart, we need to include the CDN of chart.js. So just go to Google, and here you just need to write chart.js CDN, and go to this website, which is cdnjs.com. So this will give you the CDN of chart.js. So grab the fourth link, which is the chart min.js. After that, just before the script.js, just after you include the jQuery, make a new script tag, and inside the source paste the link here. That's it. So now we have successfully included the chart library. Now friends, we will be populating this data inside our chart here. So but before that, we need to get the data that we will be plotting on the chart. So now to get the data, let me just show you the data which is coming here back from the API. So if you just right click inspect element and go to your data, so let me just minimize this. So if you just go to console here, you will see an object. So we are only interested in the second property, which is state wise. So if you just see, this is our first array here. So we are interested in the active, confirmed, deaths, and yes, three properties we are interested in: active, confirmed, and deaths, and also the state as well. So first of all, we need to make four arrays variable here. So right here we can just make it the states variable, which will be an empty array. Second will be the confirmed cases. This will be also be a array. Then we will be having the recovered cases, which will also be an array. And lastly, we will be having the total number of deaths, which will also be an array. Now we just need to extract this data. For that, we can just use the $.each method of jQuery, which is there inside this library. So here we will pass the data.statewise, and the second argument we will pass the function. First is the ID variable, and second is the actual object. So now inside this, what we can do here is that we can append to the states array. So we can just use appends.push. In order to push a new entry inside the array, we will use the push method, and here we can just access object dot state. So there is a state property inside every object. Let me just show you. If you just go here, just neglecting the first here, you can see that there is a state property in every object inside the array. So we are just taking the state property, and we are pushing the state property inside our states array here. So now we can just do it for every array, which is confirmed array. can just push the entry. There is an entry which is object dot confirmed. Next we have the recovered as well, so recovered dot push object dot recovered. And last we have the deaths array as well, so deaths dot push object dot deaths. So if I just show you, there is also these properties as well which are present inside every object. So if you see here, active, confirmed, and deaths, here you can see that. We don't need the active property, we are only interested in three properties: confirmed, recovered, deaths, and also the state property. And now basically if I console log this array, which is, let's suppose, a state array. So if I just console log it, uh, it is saying to me that state is not defined. So let me just see what is the problem. Oh sorry, we are naming this as states. Yes. Let me just do it. Uh, just remove this s here from it. Just only state, and also from here also. Yes. So now if I refresh it, you will see this will populate. You will see the zeroth property also which are present. Total is not a state, so we need to neglect this first entry inside the array, inside this array. So we need to do it for every array which is confirmed, recovered, and deaths, because inside the first property there is no property at all. So we need to neglect the first property inside the array. For that purpose we can just use the shift method. So we can just use state dot shift method. So basically it will remove the first element from an array and it returns it like this. So again we need to do it for the confirmed also. So shift like this, recovered dot shift, and that's dot shift like this. And now after executing it, if you just console log it, if you console log the state array, now if I remove this, and now what you will find here is that you have successfully deleted the first element. Now the states are there: Maharashtra, Gujarat, Delhi, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, all that stuff. And now we not need to just plot the data inside our chart.js library. Now guys, for displaying our chart, we can just make a simple change here. Inside our HTML we can declare a canvas element. So right after this div we can just have a canvas, and here we can just provide an ID to it of my chart like this. So after providing it, we can access it inside our JavaScript. So after this we can just make a variable of chart or my chart. We can just get the reference by document.getElement by ID, and we can just pass the ID that we have given, which is my chart. Sorry, my chart. The same ID that you need to pass where you have given inside index.html. So after getting the reference, we need to also invoke the context as well. So the context will be equal to, so let me just see the code here. So after you need to invoke this get context method. So sorry, we need to get context. We need to get the 2D context like this. After getting the context, we can just invoke the library, make a chart variable. So this will be equal to new chart. So basically this is the library that we are using, new chart. Just pass the first reference to our chart element, and now the second will be a set of options that we need to pass. So let me just show you the options that you need to pass. First is the what is the type of chart that you need to display. So we will be using the line chart. The second element is the data. So what is the data that you need to pass? So this is the object. And the third is the options, additional options that you need to provide. This is also an object. Inside the data object, there is a first property which is labels. So labels is nothing but the properties which would be displayed on the chart. So the labels will be the actual name of the states. So we can just pass the state array here like this. After this, we have the actual data sets variable. So comma data sets. So this is will be an array of objects. So inside this first object, we will be having four properties: label, and then the data, background color, and minimum bar length. So I can just copy it, so paste it here. So basically this will be the label is of confirmed cases, and then the data we would be providing is the confirmed array. Background color will be this. You can provide the background color or you can just neglect this. These two last properties are not mandatory. So now if I refresh it, you will see that this is our map here. So this is only displaying the confirmed cases. Now if I neglect it, it will not display it like this. So all the styling is taken care by chart.js. You need not have to write any kind of custom styles. Now we have the second property, which is, let me just change the label to recovered cases. So here we will provide the recovered array. Let me just see the background color. Background color is different. This is a background color. Cut. Now you will see that this is recovered cases, this is confirmed cases. I think that this is same. We need to change it. So yes, 2ECC71. This is recovered cases, you can see that. And lastly, we will be having the death cases as well. So this is the third property. Now you can see that disease cases as well. So now we are displaying successfully inside a chart here using chart.js. So these are the state names. You can see that Maharashtra, Gujarat, Delhi, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu. And these are the cases here: confirmed cases, recovered cases, and disease cases, number of deaths. You can even change the type of the chart from line chart to bar chart. You can refer to the documentation of chart.js to better understand the library. So this is the bar chart. You can see that. So in this way, guys, you can just build out this application from scratch in JavaScript using the COVID-19 API. So thanks very much, guys, for watching this video, and please like the video, subscribe the channel, and also hit the notification bell icon, and I will be seeing you in the next video.